All right, hey VC, I'm Jamie. Welcome back. We are back this time with a contest entry. This is for Miranda Holter for her Where Were You at 1962 contest. And it's a fun contest that really kind of focuses on American graffiti. I saw that Glenn Kellaway had done an entry, and I don't know if this happens to you. I thought I was already subscribed to Miranda Holter's channel. It's a great channel, but sometimes that happens when you think you've subscribed to the channel because you often see the videos or see person's comments on other videos, and you just have assumed that through the process you've already subscribed. But when I went to her channel, I was like, oh, I haven't subscribed yet. So I'm now subscribed to her channel, and it's a fun contest, as we mentioned. Where Were You in 1962? That focuses on this great movie soundtrack, American Graffiti, from 1973, written and co-written and directed by George Lucas of Star Wars fame, and an absolutely terrific movie. If you've never seen American Graffiti, please do so. It's a great film, although ironically, I've never seen the sequel, More American Graffiti, so I'll have to check that out sometime. So this is the double CD. It was released as a double album, and it is just a terrific overview of early 60s, late 50s hits. And so she's got 5 questions for this contest. So let's get to it. Show me an artist, either vinyl or CD, from the American Graffiti soundtrack. Well, I'm going to go with the Platters, who are featured on the soundtrack with Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. And I think there's also another Platters tune, Only You and You Alone. So they get at least 2 tracks on there. And so I'm going to show a vinyl box set. I picked this up at a thrift store some time ago. I don't think I paid more than $1 for this. This is a 4 album box set. I don't know if this had included an insert or anything like that. So there's no actual listing of the tracks except on the label. But this is on Candlelight Music. But it's a 4 album set spotlighting the Platters. So the 50 golden hits of the Platters. And the vinyl's in great shape. And as I say, I don't think I paid more than $1 for that. Okay, show me a record from 1962 or 1973. Not featured on the soundtrack, but from 1962, this absolute classic, Ray Charles, Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music. What a great, great album from 1962. Ray Charles. Okay, where were you in 1962? Well, I wasn't around. It was a couple of years later that I came on the scene. 1964 is the year of my birth, so another great year for rock and roll, for sure. What is your favorite track off of the American Graffiti soundtrack? Now, for the American Graffiti soundtrack, there's so much great music, and I love rock and roll, but I'm also a huge fan of doo-wop music, and what's nice about this soundtrack is that they do feature a lot of doo-wop, like the Platters, but they've also got featured on this, they've got the Spaniels with the classic Good Night, Well It's Time to Go. Oh, what a great song. And they also feature the Orioles with Crying in the Chapel. But having said that, it's so cool to have Fannie Mae by Buster Brown included on this as well. And it's a great soundtrack that also features Wolfman Jack, because he's featured throughout the movie, and it's nice that they also included Wolfman Jack on the soundtrack as well. So if you could add a track to the soundtrack, what would it be? So many great songs from 1962 and from the late 50s, early 60s. But if we're going 1962, I would have added Dick Dale's Miserlou, that classic surf instrumental. Interesting that song would turn up later, of course, on the Pulp Fiction soundtrack, but it would have fit in, I think, quite nicely with this. Dick Dale and Miserlou. That was released in April 1962. Dick Dale and the Deltones, for sure. So again, Miranda Holter, great contest, and it really spotlights, I think, some music that is slowly kind of fading away, if you will. Some of the great music of the late 50s and early 60s, just generationally, we're getting a little bit more, removed from this, and it's wonderful music to discover, for sure. So yeah, American Graffiti, Where Were You in 1962? Started humming a songs from 1962, like Bob Seger sings in the song Night Moves. So Miranda Holter, great channel. Do check it out. I'll try to remember to leave a link and get in on the contest. She's announcing, or the contest ends August 2nd, so I get in on it. So thanks very much, and take care.